So in this video, we will be explaining about our storyboard of 2D shapes. The learning objective in this video would be identify 2D shapes, discover 2D shapes, explore 2D shapes, and also classifying 2D shapes. So the video in this story would be called Wallace's First Adventure. Wallace's First Adventure is like a cartoon where there is several episodes in it. So in this episode of the cartoon, Wallace would be helping his mother to complete his first grocery shopping. So the video would be starting in a grocery shop setting where Wallace's mother had already prepared a grocery list for Wallace, where he is expected to buy a square cake, a triangle onigiri, a circle orange, and a rectangle bean curd. So after Wallace has read the grocery list that his mother gave him, he will go off shopping for what his mother needs. So in the next scene, Wallace will first think of how does a square shape look like. So, and the LO in this scene would be discover the properties of 2D shapes, where Wallace would think of a square has 4 equal sides. So in the next scene, Wallace will head off to the cake section and explore the cakes that his mom needs. So the LO of this scene will be exploring the properties of 2D shapes, where Wallace would search for a square cake. So after exploring the cakes, Wallace would think of which shape that the cake has 4 sides. After identifying the square cake, Wallace will put the cake in the trolley and proceed to the next list that his mother needs. The next item that his mother needs is a triangle onigiri, where in this scene, Wallace would first discover the properties of the 2D shapes, which is a triangle. How many sides does a triangle has? A triangle has 3 sides. And next, Wallace will head off to the onigiri section and explore the properties of the onigiri with the help of the aunties in the section. And then Wallace will identify the triangle onigiri and place it in the trolley and proceed to the next item, which is the orange.
So before exploring which is the orange, Wallace will think of what is the properties of a circle. A circle has 0 sides. Moving on, Wallace will explore the properties of the 2D shapes, which is a circle in this case, and Wallace will take a look at his grocery list to check whether a circle has 0 sides. After exploring the shapes, Wallace will identify the circle orange and then place the chosen object into the trolley. Moving on to the next item, which is a rectangle bean curd, Wallace will first think and discover the properties of the 2D shaped rectangle, which is a rectangle has 4 sides. After identifying the properties of a rectangle, Wallace will then explore with the help of the other customers beside him to find out the rectangle bean curd. And then Wallace will then choose the rectangle bean curd and place the correct item into his trolley. After Wallace has done finding the item that his mother needs, he will then go and search for his mother. His mother will praise him for his good job, and then they'll proceed to the counter to purchase their items. Then they will head back home in their car. So after they reach home, Wallace's mother will ask him to classify all the items that they brought just now in the grocery shop into their respective containers.
So in this video, the audience will also help Wallace to identify the shapes that Wallace needs to buy.
So for example, in this scene where Wallace is to find out and to choose the rectangle bean curd, the audience will also help Wallace to think of which properties that fit the rectangle bean curd.
And so that will be the end of our video. Thank you.